We don't have to agree on anything to be kind to each other. That's a pretty revolutionary thought for these days, isn't it? Because the feeling is we have to agree before we can be kind. And if we don't agree, then it's kind of okay to be very unkind to each other. Because the fact that we don't agree, it's like an indication of your stupidity, your low moral character, your, low, your lack of heart, all this kind of stuff. The fact that we don't agree, because everything I like is brilliant, and if you don't like it, that means there's something wrong with you. And if you don't, there's something fundamentally wrong, I don't have to be kind to you. Why would I? You're obviously inferior. That's kind of the way it's put across, or that we're encouraged to think about. But it's what makes life interesting, is that we can wildly disagree with each other. And once we don't talk about it and get into an argument about it, and even then we still can talk about things and disagree wildly on certain issues and still be kind to each other. Radical thought, I know, but it's quite possible. It's quite possible to disagree with each other very fundamentally and still be kind to each other. And just kind of knowing that allows it to be. Whereas when you just automatically go, we don't agree, so that person's an idiot, so I don't owe them anything. I don't owe them any kind of kindness or anything like that. Everything becomes very hard and flinty unnecessarily. And it's all because of just this simple idea of, oh yeah, you can actually disagree with somebody, like really fundamentally. You can really disagree with them and still be kind to them. So if you think about whatever your most fondly held beliefs are, and you think about someone who's in opposition to that, and you think about, if that person needed something, they needed a lift, their car broke down, if they were short of money, if they hurt themselves, would you help them? And if you wouldn't help them, you've been sucked in. You've been sucked into this idea, because these are basic things. Someone needs a ride, you would naturally just give them whatever you could. If somebody needed money, I'm not saying all your money, just a bit, but just what they need to buy food for their baby or something, right? If you had it, you'd do it. So if you wouldn't do it because they disagree with you, it means you've been sucked into this thing of I can't be kind to people who disagree with me, which is crazy. Of course you can. And you can have very long conversations with people who you don't agree with. And in fact, it's probably not a bad thing to do that, because we get caught up in these little echo chambers, self-referring, self-confirming, confirmation biasing everything we think is true about the world. And unless you talk to somebody who's got a completely different perspective, it's very hard to get out of that and see different perspectives and see things from different perspectives. And one way you kind of know you're in an echo chamber is if you can't think that you would be kind to somebody who disagrees with you fundamentally. It means you don't see that person as a human being anymore. You see them as an other. And that's, well, we all know where that goes. It doesn't go well, So it's good to think about people who are, whether it's politics or religion or any of the big divisive things, and think about, somebody in the complete opposite to you and go, well, would I be kind to them? And if you can't answer that, that you are, then you kind of have to go, why wouldn't I? It's just a human being, little baby grown into this human being. Why do I not think I could be kind to them? And I think when you do that, you'll start to unravel that kind of dynamic of division and othering that is very easy to get into and to start to lump people together in groups and go, oh, those, they're all like that, you know? And then you stop seeing the individual people, because all groups are made up of just little yous and me's, you know? So it's a very good little litmus test for how entrenched you are in divisiveness and into the othering of other people. That if you can't just be kind, fundamental kindness, just basic goodness, kindness, with somebody that you really disagree with on some things, then it gives you pause to kind of reflect.